All right, good morning. So, slightly different daily today. Uh, we're in Unity. So, I made this little space here. This is like a dungeon. So, the player will start here and then try to navigate over to the other side. And pretty simple. This is not a video kind of about modeling, but I will go over how to export from Blender to Unity properly. Um, and then kind of what I've done to set up here. But just a quick demo. Um, I'm not super great at platformers, so I don't know if I'm going to make it through. It's mostly just a test, a little rough draft of the logic and all that. But so this is VRChat. I didn't make the character controller, but I almost messed up right already. But what I really struggled with on this was the getting the so yeah, when you touch the goo, you respawn. Pretty simple. If I fall in again, I'll probably just go over. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's just like a little dungeon environment. I think I was kind of struggling. It's like, oh, what do I thematically want to do? And there's so many different things to do thematically. I think what really grounded me and made me want to start making things is just going like, well, what if it was a puzzle? Or what if, you know, what if there's some sort of challenge? And I think embracing that's really going to help me start thinking through things I want to do, even if it's just like walking through a space, keeping that in mind of like the player, keeping a player perspective and just kind of embracing that, I think will help me work through this. So let's look at the environment. So in Blender, and I'll upload this part, we've got the kind of the spawn point, but our collection is just a series of cubes. We only have one geometry node in here, which is for the walls. It's taking this component up here, and then for each face, it's just placing them. And that's really the only geometry nodes we have in the scene. We do have these objects animated, so they are spinning, clearly. So we got the cube spin. That's pretty cool. I would have done it differently because for some reason the animations inherit from the main object. So the animation is on the whole dungeon and then it animates this guy rather than just this guy animating. So probably want to create some sort of Blender script or Unity script to rotate this instead of animating it. That way it's a component rather than this larger thing, rather than kind of this unwieldy object. But one cool thing about Blender is that you actually can set up collection exports. So right here on the dungeon, you can see that in the collection, we have an exporter. So in the collection tab, exporter, we can choose a destination, everything we want to include. I'm making the animation. Pretty simple. So I can make changes. Now let's do an example. Why don't we add this little ledge over here? We'll make it kind of tall for whatever reason. Save it and export all collections. Boom. And now in Unity, we've got it there. Technically, you can save Blender files within Unity and then they kind of automatically update. I've struggled with a few aspects of that. I think there's some difficulties in getting the animations to behave properly, but I'll experiment with that in the future and we'll see kind of what results we get. Oh, the only other thing is if you're looking to make a platformer yourself. So one key issue in a lot of video games are platforms. So when you're standing on a platform, how should it behave? If the platform's moving without any sort of logic, the platform will move and your character will stay in place and then you fall. You want to move with the platform. So how do we do that? Well, I found a nice little GitHub here, Udon Platform Hook. Shout out to these two, Super Beak Stingray and Jet Dog. Thank you for posting this because it really simplified the deal. So like, for example, stand on a platform, it moves. So now when we have these rotating ones, which I may not end up using because honestly it's a little sickening. Uh, you can spin around it and then try to jump off and get on the other side, of course. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and end uh, the recording here. Pretty simple, pretty minimal. I may not even upload this to Gumroad. We'll see. I should, right? Yeah. Okay, well, see you in the next video. Bye.